In the cool caves, Zoop knelt where the tide pooled like liquid glass. Whale song thrummed through the basalt, a bass heartbeat that made the algae glow. He lifted a shred of spotted fur, and the powder on his face cracked with grief. "Tonight," he said to the sea, the red of his round nose the single ember in all that blue. The water answered with a breath that smelled of salt and promise. Night unhooked itself from the cliffs and crawled inland. Zoop moved with it, a white phantom cutting across rope bridges toward Ember Village. Spiral banners snapped in the furnace wind. Fire people drifted between braziers, their bodies licking at the heat, their lava spear tips sizzling. Zoop's shadow lengthened to the shrine at the center, an obsidian plinth crowned by trophies and cheetah pelt strips. His red eyes narrowed. The clown's smile had teeth. A spear hissed past his ear and slagged a wall. Zoop slid, planted, and ripped up a slab of basalt. The launch sent 2 flameforms pinwheeling, but more gathered, their heat intensifying as they clustered. He watched their brightness swell. "Feed on heat," he murmured, filing it like a blade. He feinted toward a brazier to draw pursuit, then vaulted to a shadowed gutter where the lava rill hissed. The fire people dimmed at the edge of the channel. A rule etched itself. Water dims, distant stars. He cupped the air and sang nothing that ears could hold. From the sea cliffs, whales answered, their backs rising like islands. Jets of water scissored over the village, exploding into steam that turned alleys into fog mazes. Flaming bodies guttered, spears went from roar to hiss. Fire banners drooped, soaked and heavy. Zoop crossed the plaza in 3 low-angle bounds, motion lines slicing the mist. Within the shrine's ring, heat still lived. A signature ripple, strong, steady, pulsed beneath the fog. Zoop stepped in, and the air flexed. The world went bright hot as the protector goddess arrived. Tygra landed from a rooftop like a falling star, obsidian bangles chiming. Blonde hair whipped, blue eyes measured him without fear. "You strike under cover of beasts," she said, voice steady, muscles banded with power. The ground trembled as they drew near. They collided. Zoop's white fur flashed under lava light as he hooked Tygra's wrist. She spun, planting him into basalt hard enough to spiderweb it. He laughed through red lipstick, rolled, and used the momentum to fling her into a cooled obelisk which collapsed with a crystalline shriek. Her heat halo boiled the puddles at her feet. She ripped a banner pole free and used it like a staff. He countered with a low tackle that drove both of them skidding in a shower of obsidian chips. Equal forces, different creeds. A strip of her cheetah pelt tore loose in the scuffle and fluttered between them. Zoop froze as the pelt aligned into a pattern he knew as intimately as laughter. "You wear Kava's skin," he said, voice suddenly small inside a giant's chest. Tygra's gaze flickered. "The fire people gifted these," she answered. "I protect them. That is all I know." The heat coming off her wavered, less certain, but the duty in her stance did not. Zoop broke away, leaving the shrine for the moon jungle. He whistled to the high canopy. The forest woke. Jaguars painted with moon struck from the brush. Apes thumped root drums. Hawks drew silver curves in the air. Tygra pursued, bounding from buttress to buttress, banner staff a blur. The jungle crowded the fight with vines, trunks, and sudden shafts of light. Strategy replaced brawl. Zoop angled the chase toward slick ledges where water beaded, and toward pockets of chill where firehearts faded. They found a clearing pulsing with blue beetle glow. Animals circled in a widening gyre, the ground a living drum. Tygra struck, then staggered as raptors clipped her staff. Apes redirected her landing. Jaguars harried her flanks, never to maim, only to unbalance. Her breath grew ragged. The strength serum sang in her blood, but it had rules. Bursts, then lulls. Heat to prime the muscle, cool to steel it. Doubt slid in where heat slid out. "I did not know," she said to no one and everyone. Vines answered Zoop's call, lacing Tygra's wrists and ankles, easing her down as apes steadied. Hawks watched. Jaguars growled low. With reverence rather than spite, Zoop's hands parted the cheetah pelt ties and lifted the offending skins away. Her simple underwrap and a mantle of living green preserved her dignity. No leering, only quiet. At the tree line, fire people dimmed and withdrew, steam rising from their shoulders like breath on cold glass. Zoop stood over the reclaimed pelt, not his brute but his voice. "No more trophies," he told the night. Tygra, humbled yet unbroken, met his eyes. "Then teach me the cost," she said. The first treaty written in vines and moonlight rather than in flame.